All right, we're waiting on everybody. Do we have somebody here?
No.
Do we have somebody here?
Yes, ma'am.
What about that corner?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good. Now, some of you know me from last year in 4th grade. I'm Miss Lassiter, and I teach at MTSU, and I teach teachers just like your teacher when she was in college. All right, so when they do their math methods, they're going to be elementary teachers. Then they come to me, and I work with them on Monday nights. I don't teach much anymore there because I'm mainly traveling. So I do teach on Monday nights, and I teach my college people. Now, today, we're going to work on something that if you learn it, it is going to make your life easier. All right? We're not going to know all about it right now, but we're going to get the beginning of it, because I know your teacher's always saying to you, you don't know your times tables. You got to learn those times tables. You got to learn your 7s and your 6s and your 8s and all that. If you learn distributive property and you know your times from 1 to 5, then you're going to know your times for 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s, because you can decompose numbers and you can use this to make yourself faster with multiplication, because they always want you faster, right? You got to do it mentally. So that's what we're going to be thinking about today. Now, we're going to be learning something, and this is the distributive property. Oh my goodness, distributive property. That sounds big and bad. It's not big and bad, all right? All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about decomposing numbers. Now, this is all the way back to 1st grade, because this is what I decided I needed to do, is go all the way back to 1st grade. Here we have a 5. Put your hands together. This is going to represent 5. All right? And you did this all kindergarten, 1st grade. Here we got the 5. We're going to decompose the 5 into a 3 plus 2. Do it again. 5. We're decomposing the 5 into a 3 plus 2. All right, so you see that up there, and you think, oh my goodness, that's just like 1st grade. And a 1st grade teacher, they are happy with you decomposing or taking apart numbers any way you can. They would say, oh, you could do a 4 and a 1, or a 2 and a 3, or a 0 and a 5. They were happy with anything, right? Now, but Miss Lassiter is thinking about, thank you. All right, Miss Lassiter wants to think about multiplication, because we're not in 1st grade anymore, right? So when I'm decomposing numbers, I want to be sure that I'm getting them into multiplication-friendly numbers, okay? Like, for example, I don't want to decompose something into an 8 and something, right? Because I don't love to multiply by 8. Do you? No, I don't love to multiply by 8. So let's talk about what we like to multiply by, all right? What do you just like to multiply by? Yes, sir?
12.
Oh, I don't love 12. I'm glad you do, though. That's very good.
0.
0. But then the other number, you know, if you do 0 plus something, you haven't really decomposed it. So I do like 0 and 1. I do like 0 and 1. Yes, ma'am.
2s.
Oh, she likes 2s. Those are doubles from like 1st grade. What else do you love?
5s.
Oh, I love 5s too. I like 2s and 5s. But there's something I like even better than 2s and 5s. See if you may get it.
9s.
Oh, I like 9s.
3s.
I like 3s.
11s.
11s, I like those.
4s.
I like 4s.
10s.
10s. You got Miss Lassiter's lot. I love 10s. All right? So when Miss Lassiter, now that doesn't mean anything else is wrong, right? There are going to be lots of correct answers here. It's not like, oh, you got to have one answer, and that's the only answer that's going to be correct. There are going to be lots of correct answers. But Miss Lassiter loves 10s, 5s, and 2s. So when I'm decomposing, I'm not thinking 1st grade I can decompose any old way. I want to decompose so that the multiplication is easy, all right? So as we go, that's what we're going to look at, all right? Now, let's go to the 7. Now, I love 10s the best. Can I decompose the 7 into a 10 plus something? Because it's what?
A 7.
It's a 7. It's not even. It's in the ones digits, not even in the 10. All right. Now, using what Miss Lassiter likes to use, How can I decompose my 7? Yes, ma'am. 5 and 2. You picked exactly what I would pick. Not that that's the only choice, but Miss Laster would pick a 5 and a 2. Because maybe, you know, with 7s, they're a little harder. But I know my 5s and 2s great, right? So it's going to help me. Now, let's look how this would help me. What if I had 6 groups of 7, or 6 rows of 7, or 6 times 7? And I'm thinking, man, that's hard. But what if I decomposed my 7 into a 5 and a 2? Whoa! What's 6 times 5? Tell me.
30.
What's 6 times 2?
12.
What's my answer?
42.
See how that's going to make it easier? Whoa, I hear, whoa, that's very good. Man, I'm thinking, whoa, I've got some buy-in here. All right, love that buy-in. All right, now let's go to the 12. Whoa, now you know what Miss Laster's going to want. What's she going to want? Tell me. 10 and 2. Plural response is fine. I know that lots of times teachers want you to raise your hand because they know your names. I don't know your names. So if I ask a question, it's okay to do a plural response, or everybody, we don't scream, we just say the answer, and I know 10 and 2. Oh my goodness. Now, you love 12s, but your neighbor might not love 12s, right? Might not love them. Now, what if I had a problem? 5 times 12, 5 groups of 12, 5 rows of 12, and I had decomposed. Now, let's think about it. But I know some of you know it, right? But let's pretend you don't, just to see how it works. Because I always like to use something really easy to understand a principle before I go on. Now, I can say 5 times 10 is what? 50. 5 times 2 is 10. What's my answer? See how it works? See how it works? I can do that in my head. So if I don't know my 12s, but I know my 10s and my 2s, I can do 12 times anything, right? Because I can decompose. And so decomposing is going to be my friend.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? Oh, I think it's awesome. I am with you. I am with you. I think it's awesome. Now, all right. Whoa. Tell me what I'm going to do at 15. Tell me. 5 and 10. You are with me. You can do the 5 and the 10. All right, so we're going to do a 10 plus a 5 is the same as
3 times 5.
Okay, now, so he wants to do 3 times. What if I have 3 times 15? Okay? I can think in my mind, 3 times 10 is 30. All right, I can hold that in my brain. What's 3 times 5?
15.
And what's 30 and 15?
45.
And so you can, see how you can do that? It's great for mental math. Now, later on, now today we're really working on decomposing. Your teacher's going to show you all kinds of abstract ways that people write this property. Because they write it all kinds of weird ways. But we don't want to start with those. We want to start with understanding and it's helping me with my mental math. Because as 5th graders, I'm supposed to know those times tables like that. And if I've got the property and I can decompose and I've got distributive property on my side, it's going to be easy. All right, so here we go. We're going to move on. Now, Miss Lassiter brought her wrecking wreck. Whoops. You're going to be keep on my finger, child. All right, now, with a wrecking wreck, we've got, this is from the Netherlands, and we got 100 beads on here. And there are 10 on each row. And each row has 5 reds and 5 whites. And notice, when do they change from red to white to red?
At the bottom.
At the bottom, what's the line of change? What's happening? When do they change? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And so the first 50 is red first. And from The second 50 is going to be white first. All right. So on the Rec and Rec, I like to use it as another model for distributive property. Now, let's look at something easy like decomposing 8. With 8, I could do a 4 and a 4, couldn't I? 4 and a 4. Or I could do a 5 and a 3. All right? Let's go on. Keeper of my pen. All right? Let's look at some Rec and Rec problems. Now, this is a Rec and Rec problem, and it says 3 times 14. I have to use the distributive property in order to do this because the 14 I want to decompose into a what? 10 and a 4. So, let's talk about this. So, I want 3 rows of 10, and rows of means times, because that's my first thing I'm going to do, 3 rows of 10. I'm going to go show 3 rows of 10. 3 rows of 10. Tell me, what I do? Is this,
3 rows.
woo, let me turn it the other way, because that's not doing too well. Okay, now, is that a row of 10?
Yes.
How many rows of 10?
3.
1 row of 10. 2 rows of 10. 3 rows of 10. So 3 rows of 10 is what? 10, 20, 30. I can hold that 30 in my mind, right? Then I need to do this. I need to do 3 rows of, what's this other number? 4. All right, so here we go. 1 row of 4, 2 rows of 4, 3 rows of 4. 4, 4, 4 is what? 12, because we said we got to know our 1s through our 5s. So I've got 30 plus my 12. What's my product?
54. 52. 42.
All right, let's think. Okay, let's think. Okay, some are right, some are wrong. 3 rows of 10 is what? 30. 3 rows of 4 was 12. 42 is my correct answer. All right. So let's clear this. Go back. Whoa. Now, I'm going to give you some tiles, all right? And with your tiles, I want you to make me 2 rows of 8. And when you see 2 times 8, I want you to start thinking of 2 rows of 8 or 2 groups of 8. We'll have to have some may need to share, like you 2 girls can easily share that. Oops, somebody did not zip last time. Oh, man. All right, so we're coming around. I'm bringing you tiles. Yes, you may. All right. I want to see 2 rows of 8. And some of them probably need to share. 2 rows of 8. So this is a big group. Hey. Can we use yours? All right. Now, make sure you don't mix them up, because we need to get your class set. This way everybody can have some. Anybody else need some? Oh, well, and those girls are fine, because they got a huge bag. They'll be fine. They're not going to, those 2 girls sharing are going to be just fine. Now, the guys might need another bag. All right, show me 2 rows of 8. Guys, I am so proud. So many of you understand a row. Now, think about it. Oh, I love it. Love it. Girls, y'all are right on it. Now, we have columns and we have rows, right? Columns are up and down or vertical, and they hold up the building, right? Or hold up a porch or something like that. You've seen columns out in front of a building. Now, rows go across, and most of you have 2 rows of 8. That is excellent. You don't know. Miss Laster's in lots of 4th grades, lots of 5th grades, and kids have a hard time with this. Yours are doing excellent. 2 rows of 8. That multiplier is telling me I am doing 2 groups of 8 on 2 rows of 8. Now, we are also going to take, now that you've built it, you're going to need your pencil we are going to draw a picture of, if you will take one and pass. If you will take one and pass, we're gonna get ready to draw a picture of 2 rows of 8. Here we go. So everybody's got a big grid paper. Let's take just a minute until everybody. Oh yeah, sometimes we do. All right, here we go. 2 rows. I'm going to use. Will these be okay to use? Okay. Now, here we go. Ready to go on your paper? At the top of your paper, I want you to write 2 rows. Ooh, that's not showing up. All right, here we go. 2 rows of 8. And then on top of rows of, put the times sign. Everybody got that? Put the times sign. 2 rows of 8. Because I want you to think of multiplication in that way. Now, we're going to draw a picture of what we made. So, Miss Laster's going to come down. Each square is one of my tiles. Everybody sees that? So I came down 1, 2. How many over am I going to go? 8. All right, take your time. Does it always show it's kind of like... See how it's going to show? I don't know what it is. It's that. I don't know what time. It's good enough. They can see it. All right. Everybody's got the 2 rows of 8. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got, and I'm going to label this 2, label this side 8. I'm labeling, ooh, don't color it in, guys, don't color it in. You're going to need the inside. You're going to need the inside. Don't color it in. Leave it open, wide open. All right. Here we go. 2 rows. Ooh, now you've got 1 row. You need to come down. See that 2 over 8. All right, Miss Laster's coming around to look. Good job. You do need the middle open. Yeah, because you're going to need to write in there. Good job. All right, 2 rows of 8. And we've written 2 rows of 8. So we have this concretely, pictorially, abstract. So we've got all 3. 2 rows of 8. Now, we're going to talk distributive property here. All right? Now, I'm going to... And not that I would ever decompose 8 in my mind, because it's 2 times 8. But we want to show on something really easy, right? So we can apply it on stuff that's really hard. Now, 2 rows of 8. First of all, I want to ask you, how many tiles did it take you to make 2 rows of 8? 16. It took us 16. So we know our answer should come out to be 16, right? Now, if we're going to decompose the 8 in Miss Lassiter's favorite multiplying numbers, where are we going to decompose the 8? Okay.
5 and 3.
5 and the 3. So let's count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want you to do little dashy lines to show that we have broken this into a 5 and a 3, because that's the friendly numbers I want to use, a 5 and a 3. Put those dashy lines down and show the 5 and the 3. Excellent. Okay, I need to see your decompose. You didn't do your decomposing. You have to label this 2 and 8, and then I need to see the decompose. That's between the 5. Okay, let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, there's your 5 there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Good job. All right, here we go. Now we're going to look at these individually, all right? Everybody look at the 2 by 5. You see this area in here?
Yes.
All right, how many squares are in the 2 rows of 5?
10.
Put a great big old 10 there. Great big 10 on the inside. Great big 10 on the inside. Now, let's look at this second. 2 rows of 3. 6. Is 10 and 6 16?
Yes.
So we know it works, right? We know it works. We can decompose one of those numbers. We know that it works. All right? We know it works. All right, now, let's look at, we're here, let's do from current. Okay? So we've done that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is place value blocks. And I do this with 5th grade. I don't start this with 4th grade. What I want you to do is take your tiles, put them in the bag, and Miss Laster has 2 tubs. Now, some of these tubs have dice in them. You don't need the dice. Just leave them in the bag. And, yeah, you can start on this side. Okay, so we're going to put all the tiles up, and we're going to get a new bag of place value blocks. Now, if you have one of your teachers' bags of tiles, they have to go back in here. Those are mine. Yeah, those are mine. These are the teacher ones, and it's very easy to see because hers are fun. So we've got the teachers. All right, place value blocks will be next. And you're not getting 100s flat. You're getting longs and you're getting units. You really we'll take out in just a minute. You don't really need them out right now. All right. Yeah, Miss Laster puts a die in there because I play games with place value blocks. So I always want a die in there, so if we want to play games, we're good. All right? All right. All right. Now, here we go. Here are our problems we're going to do. Now, I don't want everything out. I only want out what you're showing me as a problem. The first problem says 2 groups of 11 or 2 rows of 11. Can you show me, 4 rows of 11. You're exactly right. So I want you to show me 4 rows of 11. Oh, somebody's saying there's not enough ones. We got a lot of discussion here. All right. 4 rows. You do have enough ones, I promise you. You do have enough ones. I see some wonderful ideas. Oh, look at him. That is excellent, Noah. Noah has got it. And he didn't have to have all those ones. Everybody had enough ones. Excellent. Allison's got it right here. Good job. Grace has got it. Make sure they are rows of 11, not columns. Rows of. Excellent. Good job. Y'all got it. Now, so, the people who, and the ones need to be down there on the end, right? Okay? All right. Yeah, you need guys, you should have, just like, how do you say your name? Nevaeh. What a beautiful name. On each row, you have a 10 and 1 1. Is what you should have on each row. A 10 and 1 1 on each row. Excellent. That makes 11. Now, take. All right, there we go. Now, you've got it. Now, what I want you to do next is separate this 11 into what? Whoa. A 10 and a 10 and a 1. Let's think now. 10 and a 1 is 11. Separate it. Put a pencil in there. So Allison's got her pencil in there. She's separated. Good job. So we need to have rows of. Put that pencil in there. Put that other 1 there. Okay. You need these here. Here we go. All right. This is very easy stuff. Very easy. But we're going to get this so that we can use it with bigger things. Ooh, excellent. Now, what if I didn't? I know 11s are easy, but in my brain, I can say 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 1 is 4. What's 40 plus 4? 44. So there we go. So let's look at the next one. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, this is a little harder. Can you show me 3 rows of 32? We're upping it a little bit more. Show me 3 rows of 32. Whoa, 3 rows of 32. Whoa, I see people thinking about how am I going to make, ooh, now you're doing columns, not columns, rows. 3 rows up. No,
I got it.
I'm not talking to you, Noah.
I got it.
No.
I got it.
I'm looking for somebody who's got it. If you've got it, nope. You're close. Oh, okay. You need another. Hold on.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Okay, here.
I got it.
Excellent. Let's tell me your name. Jasmine. Jasmine has it.
I think I got it. I got it.
Tyler has it. Noah has it. Those are columns. That is 3 rows of. That's okay. Now, all right, here we go. 3 rows of 32. Now, this might be something that we don't really, that we have a harder time. I want the pencil between the, how are we going to decompose this? 30 and 2. Put your pencil between the yeah, right there, between the 10s rods and the 2s. You need 3 rows. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Oh, some of these here, they should have this. It's just one of those they just have to put back on. Because everybody should have 10 rods in there to play, you know, to make their 100, but they just get packaged wrong, so that's what happens. All right. Whoa, mental math. 3 times 30. Or 3 groups of 30.
16.
All right, let's think about it. Here's one group of 3. What's this? 30. 30. 30. Oh, we had to think. Now, some people were saying, so 3 30s is 90. All right? 3 times 2 is what? 3 times 2? 6. What's my answer? That's my product. All right. And I think, guys, just think a minute before you answer. Now, this one might, you should have enough ones to do this, but you might be close. We might have to kind of rearrange. Show me 3 rows of 27. 3 rows of 27. Whoa, think about what you're doing. And this is so good for their understanding of multiplication. It really, you can see misconceptions, you can see, you know, but this is one of those. And if you don't have enough ones, let me know, because sometimes they get put back wrong.
I got it.
Oh, you sure do. You are right with me. I remember you from last year. Those bright little eyes. All right. And I already see the pencil. I already see the pencils, Miss Pat. They've already got those pencils. They have decomposed it. They have decomposed it.
I have just enough.
All right? All right. We are going to take this. We're going to take this and we're going to show 3 times 27, which means rows of 3 rows of 27. Now, we're going to take this, and I think y'all are doing so well, some of them can go there. All right? Now, I am decomposing my 27 into what? 20 plus 7. All right. Now, I want you on your paper to write what I have in pink. Whatever I've written in pink, I want you to write it on your paper right now. No pictures right now. We've got the picture in our concrete example. You have your base 10 blocks.
Inside the grid or on the
It doesn't matter. On the grid, you got plenty of room. Just use something up at the top because we're going to do something later on that grid. All right? Everybody's writing whatever's in pink. You are writing 3 rows of 27, and I've got the time sign, and I've got rows of, so I know what that time sign means. Now, this is what we're doing. We know we're now saying 3 rows of 20. All right? I'm going to show you how they put this in distributive property notation one way. It's not the only way. I want you to put parentheses down for me. Do you see where I got the 3 times 20? Does everybody see how I got the 3 times 20? That's what we're doing. They'll put that in parentheses. Now, this is not the only way they're going to do it. This is one way they're doing it. Now, then we have to say the 3 times what?
7.
Okay? We got to say the 3 times 7. And what are we doing to these? We are doing what? Adding. So you put that plus sign in between. So this is what we're saying. 3 times 20 plus 3 times 7. But this is how it looks abstractly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now, what's 3 20s?
60.
Plus, what's 3 times 7?
21.
I can do that mental math. What's my product?
81.
Excellent, excellent. So you can see that this is going to be a cool way to help us in multiplication. It is going to make my life easier. And that's what I want to do. Uh-oh, it went away. Just show you how to make, that's okay. We'll be going to this other in a minute. Now, look at the distributive property, how they wrote it that way. Look up there at that example. Oh, look at that. Oh, now, whoa, look how they wrote it this time. Over here is Miss Lassiter's way, right?
Yes.
Over here, they showed it a whole different way. So, teachers, you got to see, we're going from understanding, but they've got to see it all these ways. And that's kind of hard, but that we can do it. Y'all are extremely smart. All right? Now, 4th grade. 4th grade teacher, this is your page 62 in Envision. And I would not do it that way necessarily, but that's the way they're going to be writing the test, Pearson. So they got 8 rows of 4, and they decomposed the 4 into 2 and 2. Do you see what they did, guys?
Yes.
That's not wrong. It may not have been my choice, but it's not wrong. It's exactly the way you should do it. Now, before we get to the 5th grade way, I want you to take your base 10 blocks, put them back in the bag. We're coming around with the buckets. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to be doing a pictorial representation of distributive property like you are going to see it in your textbook. Another representation. All right. Make sure you zip them, because if you don't zip them, you know how they crash and burn. All right. Here we go. All right, everybody's getting everything in. Now, do they have crayons?
Yes.
All right, you may get your crayons out. That's okay. We'll share. Miss Lassiter's going to share too, so it's no big deal. If you raise your hand, they only need 2 colors. If you don't have crayons, raise your hand. We're going to bring you 2 colors. you don't have any crayons, all you need is 2 colors. 1, 2. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Just so like take 2 of your favorite colors. Alright. And it doesn't matter if it's broken, it'll color just the same. Alright. Everybody got supplies out. This is a pretty cool thing, right? Because I like things that make my life easier. I do not care. It does not matter to me. I do too. My life is very complicated and I want to make it easier. If she doesn't care, I don't care. Whatever it is. I don't want to say anything that they're not supposed to be doing, but I don't care. Alright. Okay, we're going to use pencils first though. We've got to draw it with our pencil. We're not going to draw it with a crayon because you can't erase the crayon. So we're going to make sure we're drawing with a pencil first. So you got to get your pencil. Now, this is 4th grade. I know you didn't have this in 4th grade because there's a brand new book and so this is a new thing. But I wanted you to see what the 4th graders this year will be seeing, okay? So you would know what does it look like in 4th grade. Now, in 5th grade, they're bumping it up a little bit, all right? And I really like the 5th grade example better because they use Miss Lassiter's numbers, all right? Oh my goodness, this is Envision, and this is how we write it. This is everything. Now, so I want you, does everybody see down here you got all this clean space?
Yes.
All right, we're not going to go way to the bottom because we want to be able to write under it, right?
Yes.
I want you to come like right here in the middle, and I want you to write the problem first. 6 times 18, thinking 6 rows of 18. Write the problem abstractly first, and then we are going to show that we are decomposing our 18 into a what?
10 and
10 and an 8. Just like Miss Laster would have done. A 10 and an 8. Okay? Everybody got that down? Yes. Now, on your grid. Now, guys, you need to count across your grid. Count across your grid and tell me how many squares go across that grid. Because I know easily if you have this drawn right. How many squares go across?
20. 18.
18 if you counted correctly. 18 go across. So, if you are correct, you're going all the way across your grid. So draw me a 6 by 18 rectangle in pencil first. 6 by 18. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of them. 6 by 18. Okay. Nope. You're done. That's right, I'm looking. Alright? I'm looking because I can see, this is one thing I can eyeball pretty quick because I can tell the difference. You're done. Look again, 6 by 18. 6 by 18. Excellent, excellent. You got it. Ooh, that's 3. 1, 2, 3. It's got to be 6 by, look at it, 6 by 18. 6. Now, and you can see real easily who we need to pull. You know what I'm saying? You know real easily if somebody's having a hard time with this, who we need to pull and work some more. Now, let's take this and where, yes sir. Let's take this and decompose right here. So you have to count very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I make my line. Okay? I'm making my line right here. Miss Laster can't write on it. Our little thing went away. But that's okay. Now, once you've decomposed, I'm going to let you lightly color. If you have decomposed, You're good. I don't see a line. Nope. You're good. You can color.
She said
You can color.
she has to fill her out.
You can't color. You gotta look it again. Count it again. Yours isn't decomposed.
Why did you cover
You can color.
cut it in half?
No, it's in an 8 and a 10. Look, I mean, yeah, you got a 10 and an 8. Not in half. You got it? You got it? You got it? It's you're cutting it into a 10 and an 8. You're decomposing
Are
it.
you talking about mine?
You can color. No, you can't because you didn't go 18 across. If you didn't go the whole length, then you did not go all the way across. You've got to go all the way across in order to have 18. That's why this is easy. I liked it because it fit my grid paper, and you can assess real quickly. And to me, this is assessment as much as a fill in the dot thing. I'm being able to see so much from them, and we're coloring the two parts different colors. Miss Laster colored hers orange and yellow. You may choose another color. Okay, if you still haven't been approved, yes, you're ready to color. If you haven't been approved, raise those hands and I will get to you. All right, all the way across. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you decomposed at 9. Got to decompose at 10. Excellent. Now, let's label. This side is 6, right? This is 10. This is 8. Let's label it and then put the crayons away. Once you have colored and you have labeled 6, 10, 10, we can put our crayons away. You got to have everything colored. Okay, let's see again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. You may color. All right. There we go. All right. Right, we're going to look at this at the bottom. Oh my goodness, this is how Pearson represents this problem. Let me see if I can make it so I can write on it. I think I can. There we go. Now, all right, now we're back in business. Miss Laster can write. All right. Okay, so we've got this division right here. We divided this rectangle. Now, we are showing multiplication here as an area model. So here you've got an area model. Now, when I am doing this with the 6 times 18, I've got 6 rows of 18, right? Because that times means rows up. And we're going to look at it. We're going to look at the area model and we're going to look at the abstract model. Because I think y'all are ready for it, at least some of you, to go there. What is it going to look like to me? All right. First of all, we decompose. Does everybody see that we're going to first start off with 6 times 10, right?
Yes.
Now, let's look at the area model of 6 times 10. You see we've got 6 rows of 10. How much is in this right here?
60.
Put you a big 60 there. Okay, we're going to only do one part of it at a time. One part of it. All right. Everybody got that much? You got the 60. All right, let's come down here and we're going to change colors as we go. All right, this is 6, okay, right underneath for me, times, I'm going to put this in brackets, okay, okay, everybody with me? I'm going to, oh, let me get this orange. All right, I'm going to make my 10 an orange because it's like my orange area, okay? Okay, I'm going to make my 10 orange.
Do you want us to do that?
You can if you want to. If that helps you, you can. Because my 10 is the color of that area. And what? Now, I'm going to still keep my orange. And I'm going to do my 6 times 10 in orange. 6 times 10, because that's my 60, right? Draw you an arrow going from one to the next. My 6 times 10 is that 60. That's the picture of it. And guys, I know it's a little confusing today. It's going to take a lot of this concrete, pictorial, abstract to really get there. But do you see how this is the 10 times 60? This is one way to represent it. This side is the way I represented a problem a minute ago. All right? Now, so 6 times 10 is what? 60. So I'm going to put my 60 underneath it. Everybody's putting that 60 underneath it. Okay? Now, Miss Lassiter's second part was yellow. Ooh, here's my yellow. So this is my A is my yellow. This is my A. All right, 6 rows of A. How many are in here? 6 rows of A.
48. 48.
Write 48 in the middle. All right, let's do the 6 times 8 in that yellow or whatever color you use to show that that's the part, and y'all are doing great. Well, you went down so low, I can't make, now guys, I can't make your sheet grow, right? Miss Lash can do lots of things, but I cannot make your sheet grow. I love it. These, and the colors, man. See, I think the colors are going to help him, but this is a lot. I usually don't go this far with girls, so I have to do this very good. Very good. So I'm thinking, let's just at least see how it plays out. And look at her. You have got that going on, girl. You're good. Love these colors. I think the colors are going to be the key to understanding. Now, my 6 times 8 was what? 48. All right, now, then I have to add, ooh. And you know when I'm thinking 60 plus 48, you know what Miss Laster's mind is thinking? 60 and 40 is 100, and 8 more is 100. That's because I'm even decomposing when I'm doing mental math. That's how Miss Laster is thinking. All right? Now, this is Envision's view. You're going to have to do lots more of this to really be able to totally understand. But let me show you what else I've got here. Here's another model of, and what was the original problem here? What's my problem? 6 rows of 14. 6, and look how they decompose that 14 to a 10 and a 4. And they even write it a different way. So I tried to bring in lots of models, so you got models to use. Now, this is for above and beyond, to differentiate. If you've got kids way up there who really, they have decomposed the 16 and the 13. So that is a whole nother ball game. And we're not going there today, but I'm just showing your teacher where we can go with this. And notice that they even show another model of it. All right? I mean, that is very cool, and I think they're very smart and probably can do it down the road. Now, guys, yes?
Why everybody says it's so smart in math is because every time I do multiplication or something, I use that.
You decompose. You can decompose or take apart. Decompose and take apart. All right, let's kind kind of end our day, and I don't want anybody, we're not going to yell out right now. I'm going to give a problem, and then we'll write it down in just a minute. Is that a whiteboard, or can we just write on this? We'll just fix it so we can write. All right. All right, ready? We're going to take mental math. Nobody's going to yell out. Okay. My problem is 5, and you can write it on your paper if you want to. 5 rows of 16. 5 rows of 16. 5 rows of 16. I don't want anybody to yell out. Don't yell. 5 rows of 16. I'm thinking 5. Oh, think if you've got it. If you think you've got it, 5 rows of 16. Write it on the back of your paper and put your hand over it. If you think you've got the answer, write it on the back of your paper. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. 5 rows of 16. 5 rows of 16. Don't say anything. If you think you've got it, oh, I want mental math. Anybody else got it? Let's see. All right. I say a lot of people had it, and that's phenomenal for the first time. Now, all right, a lot of you had it. And let's look and see. The ones who had it, they decomposed. Now, some people were doing it the old-fashioned way, and I wanted you to do it in mental math. So first in their mind, they thought 5 times 10 is what? 50. Then they thought 5 times 6 is 30. And they had 50 plus 30 is 80. And they were doing it. That is something, and those are things that you can do like right before the bell, right before lunch. Now, questions or comments? Is that pretty cool?
Yeah.
I love decomposing. Yes, sir.
I did that, and then to check it, I knew that 5 was half of 10, so I subtracted 16. Half of 16 is 8, and then added my 0, which is 8.
Yeah, and you know another way, another guy that I see, let me tell you something else right while we're talking about mental math. Greg Tang is a good author. He wrote The Best of Times and stuff like that. He thinks anytime you're multiplying by 5, there's a way he does it. You do times 10 and cut it in half.
Yes.
So he says 10 times the 16 is 160. Cut it in half, and I've got 80. That's his mental math method, and that will work anytime you multiply by 5. But guys, y'all have been wonderful. You are a great, and it just makes me homesick for my 5th grade math was my favorite thing. Miss Lasher taught lots of years, but her favorite thing was 5th grade math and 5th graders, because y'all are such a wonderful age. You're getting matured. You can think, and you still have a good time. You're not too serious, and it's just a fun place to be. So y'all have a wonderful teacher. You enjoy your 5th grade, and I will see you later this year, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I loved it. Loved it.